You know, I looked far and wide for you to show you the most insane DoorDash driver posts, but not just DoorDash, other side hustles in this gig economy. If this is the first time you and I are meeting, my name is Mike, by the way. You might be wondering, like, why do I care? All I do is help you make money in different side hustles. I've been doing gig work for almost 10 years now in different marketplaces. And I want to show you this, some crazy things to A, watch out for, B, to not ever do, please, and C, which is funny, we're actually starting with this, a new feature if you're a DoorDash Dasher especially. So let me know in the live chat or the comment section where you're watching from. I got something new. Let me ask you this. How long do you typically wait for an offer? On delivery platforms, let's say. Let's keep it at that. Delivery platforms, sure, DoorDash, how long? Let me know. I guess versus how long would you like to wait versus actuality, right? Take a look at this. Would you mind, I mean, maybe I'll just ask you this. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Would you mind waiting 89 minutes? 89 minutes for an offer. This is a new feature. So get used to it. Check this out. Multiple DoorDash Dashers are noticing this. Their screens now say, well, schedule for when it's actually busy. But then it also tells you how long to wait for offers. 89 minutes in this, what is this, Oklahoma sub marketplace. 110 minutes. Okay, well, not technically for an offer. This is the schedule of, to my understanding, when it's going to be busy. So it'll be busy in an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, 39 minutes. So this is different than when you go online and you know how it says like 1 to 3 minutes, it says EST, estimated. That is the estimation of when you'll actually get a request. This is the home screen. This is brand new. It'll say, okay, it's busy at certain times. Would you prefer to see this? And lean into this. Please drop a like on this video because this is just the beginning of the video and already we're seeing something new here. And I'm bringing this to you first. So if you knew it's going to be busy in 90 minutes, DoorDash is getting rid of the busy, what is it? Very busy denotations. You know how it'll say busy, very busy, it turns pink and then red, and then there's like a little chart that shows you exactly how busy it is? In this pilot program, they're getting rid of that in favor of, well, you can just go online if you want, but we'll tell you when it's going to be busy. So check this out here. This Dasher noticed, and let me know if you have this, by the way. Starting today, all Dashers in this pilot, this is new, will be able to start a Dash at any time in your area, and the in-app experience will be updated to provide more visibility into the best times to Dash. Okay. As part of this pilot, this in respectively Tulsa, Oklahoma, while dashing in said city, you'll no longer need to schedule or wait for peak hours in your area to guarantee that you can start dashing at a particular time. So would you rather be able to just go online at any time? Then you can see when it's going to be busy, but then there's no limitation to when you can go online. Now, continuing, it says, we're replacing the old busy / not busy labels that I just told you about with real-time estimated wait times, like I just showed you, on when you can expect to receive your next offer. I initially told you that the counter was for when it's busy. not literally your next offer. It said 89 minutes. Oh my gosh, I hope that's not literally waiting 89 minutes for an offer. Based on the latest data from your area. With more Dashers on the road, you may see that average wait times between offers get longer because they're not limiting who can go online under this new pilot. What does that sound like? Like Uber Eats, kinda, like Grubhub. There's no limitation. There's no gold zones. Let me know if you're new to dashing. I see her like Hermie. If you're new, you might see gold zones. So everyone can go online. With more Dashers on the road, you may see, okay, we just read that. That's why we are adding a new benefit for Dashers who consistently deliver with high quality. In this pilot, Platinum and Gold Dashers can expect shorter wait times between offers. So really quick, in summation, they're getting rid of the busy thing. They're going to show estimated wait times on the actual sub marketplace before you even go online. They're saying when you can expect your next offer. That's pretty big. But then everyone can go online. But then if you're platinum or gold, you can expect shorter wait times. What does that do? That pushes more and more people to think, maybe platinum and gold is worth it. Dasher rewards, right? Or the overall Dasher rating program. Why? Now you're like, well, I get priority access to higher paying offers, and now I would get priority to going online. I mean, you already had priority to Dash Now as platinum, but with this new system, again, where they're getting rid of busy, not busy labels, then you get preference. I know it's quite layered here. So if you're new, don't worry about it. I want to move on though, because check this out. Is this the same program, or is this something different? What I'm about to show you. Is this the same thing? I kind of feel like it's not. Or is this something different? I feel like this is our second new feature. Welcome to the video. Again, my name is Mike. Drop a like on this video. Consider subscribing. Check out our brand new ShiftMate app. That's shiftmateapp.com. You can reserve your spot at our exclusive launch pricing. That app is going to help decode if your gigs and your shifts are actually worth it here. So check this out. A lot of this, well, all of it, it's sourced from gig workers and drivers and workers like you. Right here on Reddit, there's different community boards. We're pulling from that. Let's see what this Dasher is noticing. Is this the same thing? Updates to your dashing experience. Is this the same thing? Now, this Dasher noticed, starting today, we're introducing a new pilot program designed to enhance your experience as a Dasher who delivers with high quality. These updates are built to help you reach your earnings goals more quickly while also making dashing more flexible and rewarding for all Dashers in said marketplace, this one, Clarksville, Tennessee. As part of this pilot, we're introducing a new perk where Platinum and Gold Dashers will see incoming offers more often and can expect to experience shorter wait times compared to silver and non-tiered Dashers. Wow, that's that's saying a lot to basically, I feel like, say the same thing. I mean, am I reading that correctly? I feel like that's the same thing that we just read, but it's a little more garbled, guys. Your copy, it's called. I feel like that's the same thing. So what I want you to do, you don't have to do it right now if you're watching this on your phone, because surprisingly, like 30 to 50% are watching on a TV. So thank you for welcoming me, into your living space, what have you. on your TV. I feel like this is the same thing. It's just worded completely in a different way. And that's saying if you're platinum or gold, you have the benefit of shorter wait times. Again, if you're platinum or gold, you have the benefit of shorter wait times. But that's really gonna matter if they let everyone go online. If there's no scheduling at all, we'll have to see what that prior screenshot said. But let's move on, because I told you we're reacting to some insane posts. You might be thinking, Mike, that's not really that insane. It helps me out. I appreciate the value. I can only like the video once. I already did that. I can only subscribe once. I appreciate that. But where's the insane stuff? Well, let me show you some juicy stuff here. Now, here's another Dasher that is also seeing it. Okay, one more screen. This Dasher, also in Oklahoma, sees the same home screen. And I believe this is the home screen. I don't know, because I don't have it. So there you go. It has the countdown for when it's going to be busy. Okay, here's something insane. This might be the most insane thing we talk about today. And hang with me to the end of the video. We do a Q&A. Save your questions for that Q&A if you want to watch all replays of those Q&As, because they're edited out for brevity. So this isn't like 2 hours. Join as a channel member. Click the join button down below. If you can't see the join button, you might have to do it on a computer or laptop. Fill in the blank. Common sense is not so what? Yeah, please don't ever do this. Please don't ever do. I saw this again. This is sourced from Reddit here. It says, caption, is there another? Okay, no, I didn't crop it further. It says, driver eating from sealed McDonald's bag. Is that not insane? I played the video. I'm not going to play it here, and then the caption says, when your DoorDash driver thinks the tip includes a taste test, caught in 4K, be careful. And the video proceeds to show the driver. They zoom up on the driver, and they're like reaching in the bag, and I think they take a fry or something. Common sense moment of the day. Let's talk about this. Now, do you get hungry when you're out there working? Okay. On any niche. There's a lot of them. Grocery, rideshare, personal shopping, delivery, parcel. Yeah, you get hungry. This is a common sense moment of the day. Don't ever do this. The chances of someone right in the store too. How brazen can you be? Like right in the store. Now I'll say, we don't know. Someone took a video and they posted it. Maybe they ordered ahead on the app. And they just picked up their own order. And I don't know why they just wouldn't tear into the bag. Maybe they couldn't wait. I'm not going to assume. Okay, this is just people reporting this stuff. Maybe they ordered it and they picked it up for themselves. Because, a lot of us do that. I do that, sometimes different food places, I'll order ahead, I'll pick it up. But if it's not, let's just say that, okay? If this is real and a driver actually just like a little bit, because it's taped, like McDonald's bag, it has like 2 pieces of tape typically. If they happen to get in there because the fries were right at the top and they got something, in the store, that's a common sense moment of the day. Don't ever do that. I don't care how hungry you are. Not a little pepperoni, nothing. I've done thousands of deliveries and even thousands and I don't even know that I lost count across all the platforms. You don't touch the person's product. I can't think of any time where I've touched the actual product. Because I've done parcel, obviously Amazon Flex, it's in a bag. I've done Roadie, I've done Spark, So enough about that. I don't think I can say anything else about it. It's a common sense moment of the day. Let me know your thoughts on that. Next. Speaking of, well, I'm going to show you Uber Eats, but that wasn't a great segue. I'll try again. Okay, new segue. Routed delivery is a hot option in 2025. Sure, that's a better segue, right? It is. I like routed delivery, but it has to be the right opportunities for routed delivery. I really like Dash Link on DoorDash. Not everyone has a Dash Link, so I'll leave some videos that I've done in Pittsburgh. Dash Link routed deliveries, and you can watch those videos after this one. What's routed delivery? Think about like rideshare, food delivery, parcel delivery. Those are typically one or two pickups and drop-offs, right? You might have a stacked order or like an Uber shared ride or something, but routed is a longer route, genius, and then you're good. I mean, you can work for 2, 3, sometimes 4 hours and you get paid. Good for predictability. Not everyone wants to, be sweating the next offer that comes in. Now, this is not a good routed option. Okay, take a look. Take a look at this. There's a whole lot of things going on here. So if you join me here on the left first. Now, this is Toronto, so I'm assuming this is Canadian dollars. So I converted it to USD. It's also in kilometers, so I converted it to miles. So I'm assuming the driver sees Canadian dollars. If not, this would be a little bit higher than that pay-wise. But follow along on the left. It is 12 packages, paying $26.01 Canadian, assuming, again. It includes the customer tip, so it might go up. It might, but okay. $26.01. And it's quoted for 3 hours. 3 hours for 12 packages. Doesn't that sound pretty long for just 12 packages? How could this be quoted for 3 hours for 12 packages? Hey, I mentioned Amazon Flex? That's routed delivery. But they'll have you do like 12 stops an hour, which is fine. When they're clustered together in the same neighborhood, that's fine. Don't be scared of that. It's literally this house, skip 2 houses, that house of the corner. Amazon Flex, typically, not always, they try to keep it pretty clustered. $26.01 for 3 hours? Now, let's look at my conversion now on the right. Converted, it's $19.09 USD. This would be 19.94 miles. And look at the metrics below. This is 96 cents paid out per mile. I want you to hit $1.75. Ideally, we're doing $2 to $3 plus. Why? Because obviously it costs money to operate your vehicle for business. Here in the US, the IRS gives you the option for a standard mileage deduction. It just summarizes the general cost of operating a vehicle for business. Generally, because it's going to change based on the size of the vehicle, stuff like that. 70 cents per business mile in 2025. So you just have to document your miles, and ShiftMate will do that for you. You punch in your info. You do have to track your miles, by the way. So just zero out your trip odometer, save that number, throw it into ShiftMate, and it records everything for you. And you can get reports on everything at the end of the year. But if it's 70 cents general cost, and then it's $6.36 per hour, that's crazy. And it's $1.59 per package. Why does that matter, right? Because honestly, I don't do that on Amazon Flex. On Amazon Flex, I don't calculate the pay per package or the pay per stop. The reason I showed you this here is because on singular deliveries or drops or assignments or shops, I do consider the average pay per assignment. Average pay per assignment, I want you to be at least $7. Why? Because you can only complete a certain amount of assignments per hour, generally 2 to 4 assignments per hour. Rideshare rides, grocery shops, food delivery runs. Literally, you can only, physically complete a certain amount in an hour. It's going to vary, I understand, based on market, small market, big market, rural, mode of transportation. Are you on a moped in like super dense New York City? It's going to behave differently than other areas, right? Okay, cool. But that is a wild routed delivery run. Would you take it? I can't imagine anyone would take that, but let me know if you take that. Before we move on, let me ask you this. Would you take routed delivery in general? Let's say it does satisfy $1.75 paid out per mile, $20 to $25 plus per hour, which is my goal for you. It averages, all the metrics that we hit. Are you interested in routed delivery? And if so, hey, check out that Dash link. And if it's not in your marketplace, or if you just started doing DoorDash, I like Dash link. Frankly, I think I'm maybe a little due for another Dash link shift, so make sure to subscribe. Speaking of looking, I need you to come to your device right now. Pick me up off of the kitchen counter. Or maybe I just fell behind the bed and you're listening to my voice trying to brush the cat, and you're like, I really wish I can get to my phone right now. Pull me out from under the headboard. Look very carefully at what I'm going to show you. This Dasher said, do not accept cash on delivery. Do you? Do you accept cash on delivery? Let me know in the live chat or the comment section. What could go wrong with cash on delivery? Well, this Dasher said, hey, I got this. I got this on a cash on delivery. Why does it matter? Do you see it? Let me give you a good 30 seconds here. Look. This is a $100 bill, US currency, that they received on an offer that was, like $89 or something. They said in this prior post right here, it was, $89, and they received this. What can go wrong on cash on delivery? Let's do another 15 seconds. Now, let's compare this with uscurrency.gov to an actual $100 mark and what you should be looking for. So, yeah, there's some discrepancies if you didn't see it. And that Dasher said, I just got a fake $100 bill. Did you see all these areas? There might be more. These are just the ones that I saw. It literally says copy on it. And it has some weird, I don't even know if it's an actual word, a German word on it or something. Like sometimes people like write on bills something funny like Beth. You're like, why does it say Beth? But this is on the actual bill. And then the little, I don't even know what that is. That bigger shape doesn't have the Liberty Bell in it. And the 100 doesn't have the green textured lines in it. It was a fake. Pretty safe to say when it actually says copy on it. Yeah, I didn't necessarily see it at first. I didn't even see the text that said copy on the bottom left there. Now imagine you're the Dasher. Imagine you're the Dasher and things are happening quick. If someone's, let me know if you've ever worked retail or anywhere that's handling cash, and you sometimes have to authenticate larger bills. The people that are trying to pass those off want you to be distracted. They want to move quickly, so you don't even check. I mean, yeah, it feels good, hold it up to the light, whatever, and you don't really check it. So let me go back to my question to you. Would you turn on, or do you have cash on delivery turned on? Now, I do. I've done 3 cash on delivery. Now, there's also an argument of like, well, you're going to get low tips on cash on delivery. My last one, I kind of did. Well, not even kind of, I did. It was $38. No, it was $38.50, and I got $40 in cash. So any amount over the required amount is a tip. I appreciate every single tip. Tips are not required from customers, right? Statistically, it is just a lower percent tip based on the customer basket size. Man, actually hang with me. There's something at the end of the video that's going to be very similar to that very point. So would you turn on cash on delivery? There's dashers that say, I don't want to carry cash, because guess what? Now you have a $100 bill. I mean, assume it was real, okay? Well, on my delivery, I was handed $40. Now I'm carrying $40 as a dasher. Do you want to do that? DoorDash recommends you carry $10 to $15 in cash for change. If they, I don't know, do the math, they need a change, there you go. Then you would be carrying cash for the change. What about scenarios where you're expecting cash, but the recipient is looking to take cash from you? It's like a super stupid thing. And even people were saying, why would someone try to pass a counterfeit bill on DoorDash where their name, their information is stored on their profile, or at least at the address? I mean, they could use all kinds of fake stuff, and maybe there's not even a credit card or a debit card because they're using cash on the profile, but you still have the address. So anyway, we're going to move on. But if you're looking for insane DoorDash posts, look, be safe out there, honestly. Let's finish this segment with that. Be safe out there. If you are not comfortable with cash on delivery interactions, turn that thing off. It's under preferences. Go in the menu, go into preferences, and turn it off. You can always turn it back on, and I think that's one of the best things that DoorDash has done, is they give you the flexibility and the freedom. And this is just me saying this. I'm not compensated by any of these gig apps. And if we ever do sponsored content, there's always, legal disclaimers for you. None from DoorDash, though. But it's great for flexibility. Like, maybe I will do it during the day, right? I'm comfortable doing it during the day, but not in the evening. Hit that button. It's turned off. And thank you all for catching that in the live chat. It is live. There you go. But hold on. Time out. Mike, you know what? People actually do tip. They do. I mean, again, I've done thousands of deliveries. You get tips. It's pretty decent. Okay, let's refresh your mindset a little bit with customers and tipping. Look at what I just noticed. This is also brand new. This is why you subscribe, so I can help you and report on this stuff first. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. If you've been subscribed for a minute or a year, or you've been doing this for 8 years on YouTube, 10 years almost in the gig economy, thank you. Look at what I noticed. That top customer thing. Like, whenever you pick up, and then it says, okay, here's the pickup screen, it might say something like this now. They've changed it, DoorDash, to say, make this delivery count. This customer tends to leave higher tips and ratings for great service. Take a moment to check the order. Why does this matter? This is the old it's not even old. I mean, even top customer is pretty new in the last like 60 days. They've revised top customer to this. One more time. This customer tends to leave higher tips and ratings for great service. So look at what they changed here. The above is what it used to say. Below is what, at least what I'm seeing. I mean, there you go. Let me know which one you're seeing, okay? In the live chat or the comments. Why does this matter? It's because when top customer came out, the verbiage that's up top, we didn't know if there was a statistical correlation with this. Hold on. Top customer, sparkle, sparkle, shimmer, fireworks. Oh, top customer. We didn't know if it actually meant they're tipping more. And a lot of us are like, well, they're just spending more money on DoorDash. Thank you. Again, I love DoorDash's agility, not ability. Their ability for their agility. There you go. I love their agility because they changed it. And they're telling you, hey, statistically, I mean, they tend to leave higher tips. That's wonderful. I mean, look, we can get granular. We can say, well, higher tips compared to what? The market average? Their typical average? Like, okay, let's take what we got here. We got a little bit of a win here. So it will say they tend to leave higher tips. What should you do? I mean, you're not going to do much difference. Like, I see this. You're not going to do anything crazy different. Just make sure, okay, if you can, if the bag's not stapled or taped, okay? Like, yeah, make sure the stuff's there. Be mindful. Don't spill stuff. Don't, the bag doesn't get knocked over. I mean, that's basic stuff anyway. But if it can lead to a higher tip, hey, there we go. There's no guarantee. But at least the flag is telling us it's something. What do you think? Next, let's look at some bonus pay. Yes, bonus pay. Remember that? Remember bonus pay? I remember bonus pay. I remember bonus pay in 2015 and 2016. They used to call it surge zones back in my day. They called it prime time zones. The whole marketplace, as far as the eye could see, was magenta and hot pink and was littered with words like 300% prime time or 6x surge. You wouldn't believe it. I went 3 miles for $100. Those were the days. Bonus pay. Now, what I'm about to show you is surprising bonus pay. I'll be real. This is like kind of surprising bonus pay. Do not ignore some of these gig apps. You might think this app is not worth it. You might have already deleted it. But I tell you, it's fine to not work on the platform, but don't delete it. If you have any semblance of interest in trying it at any point, don't delete it, because you can jump in there, just see what they're doing and see if they've changed anything or offered bonus pay. This is Grubhub. Do you ever get bonus pay on Grubhub? Let me know. I do not get a lot of bonus pay on Grubhub. I've been noticing a bit more, though. It's exactly what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, they might be like, well, we want more drivers. People are not using our platform. Let's offer more bonus pay. And you'll miss all of that if you've opted out of the emails, if you've deleted the app. Now, if you don't ever do gig work again, that's fine. And actually, it makes me think that ShiftMate app that we're launching in like 60 days, you can cancel at any time, which is wonderful. If you want to save extra money, I would get the annual plan, but you can go monthly too. And then if you stop driving, you can just hop off it, and then you can resubscribe if you want. So check it out. Well, let's check this out. So look at this Grubhub bonus pay. They call it missions. Now there's a lot of this peak pay, there's all this surge, boost zones, right? But don't ignore Grubhub. But is this bonus pay actually worth it? Here's what this driver got. Now, there's bonus pay programs that I like, and surprisingly, actually, there's bonus pay programs that I don't like. How can you not like bonus pay programs? Well, Walmart Spark. Walmart Spark, their bonus incentives are way too convoluted. You have to pick up from this store, this certain Walmart, at this certain time, and then what do they say? There might be one more stipulation. I forget what else they say. But it's very granular. Versus, I like what DoorDash does, and even Uber Eats. They'll say, hey, you earn an extra $2 from 5 until 9. Like, thank you. Now, Grubhub will say things like this. Deliver 8 orders without skipping more than 1. Deliver 8 orders without skipping more than 4. Deliver 5 orders without skipping more than 1. It is a little convoluted. It is not as bad as Walmart Spark. Spark, it is way too granular. Guys, make it a lot more simple. It's going to confuse your workers. Yes, it works. Now, I don't know if it comes out of the store budget or something, and that's why it has to be so granular to the store level. I really want to see Spark clean up their bonus program. But Grubhub, look at the different acceptance rates. We call it AR, okay? That's not what the actual driver did. It says how many the drivers skipped. So they're just accepting everything. Like half of the time they just accepted 8 because it says 0 skipped. Other times they skipped 1, as far as the ones on the right. I am not calculating that. What I am calculating is the flexibility that they're giving you. So if you can deliver 8 out of 9, that is an 89% acceptance rate. Bottom left, if you can deliver 8 out of, 12? Yes, that is 67% allowed acceptance rate. And so on. 5 out of 6 on the top right, and then 7 out of 8 on the bottom right. So you can see how it's pretty convoluted, where it's a varying acceptance rate. It's pretty straightforward. I want you to understand though, some of this is more flexible than others. Like, hey, you can get an extra $8 on the bottom left, but you can skip 4, up to 4. Versus, let's say, you can get an extra $16 on the upper left, but you can only accept 1. And again, this is Grubhub Missions. Why does this matter? It matters because think about what's coming through on Grubhub. And that's actually probably going to be my next shift that I test, where I've tested only the one platform, no multi-apping, and I believe Grubhub will be next for me. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is Uber Eats. Today I drove for Uber Eats only. So that video tomorrow, you're going to want to see that. Make sure to subscribe if you have. Thank you. So again, that's all to say, think about the offers that are coming in, and is this incentive actually flexible? Sweet. Let's stay on Grubhub though. You're like, Mike, oh, Grubhub is all right. Sally says Grubhub's good. Thank you for being here. See? Grubhub can be good. If you're like, oh, well, it's not really good in my marketplace, just save it. Save it for the whale offer, the random good offer. You can just keep declining. Just keep declining. You can multi-app. If you don't like it, just keep declining. That's fine. You're not going to be deactivated based on your acceptance rate. Brace yourself. We talked about routed deliveries earlier. What is another great opportunity in the gig economy in 2025? I've talked about this. It's a niche that I really like right now, and I feel like you should get on these platforms. That is catering. Catering. Now, Grubhub isn't just doing catering. There's Deliver That, Zifty, Delivered, D-L-I-V-R-D, and then other platforms that also include catering, like Skipcart, like DoorDash and their large order catering program. I would love to see them really lean into that and expand the large order catering program, but Grubhub has it. Look at that. Look at this. From this Grubhub, keep these apps around, folks. Grubhub driver, West Hollywood. They said it took 6 minutes to complete. $109.97 payouts for 2.1 miles. It was quoted for 36 minutes, but again, they said it took 6 minutes. It was probably just like, quoting traffic, and the traffic actually wasn't that bad. It thought the restaurant was going to need more prep time, but no, it was ready. That is wild. And this is a catering offer. How do we know that? It says XL. So, these other apps, they have different denotations if it's a catering offer. DoorDash, it'll say like large order or whatever it says, catering, large order. Uber Eats, I believe it says just catering, like a catering tag, whatever, you get the point. So here it's an XL order. Now make sure you have any required equipment to qualify for larger orders. I can't remember anything explicitly for Grubhub, but some of them, they want you to have a catering bag. Get it? I mean, you can use it for the obviously catering platforms. Some of them actually require two, like Deliver That, and some of these catering specific platforms. But I mean, you'll use it. Buy good ones, spend a little bit more money, buy a good one. It's not going to wear out. I mean, just take care of the thing and it'll last. That is some kind of offer. And it's a large order. It's a catering offer. And lastly, before we get into the Q&A, get those questions ready for that Q&A session. Remember to watch all prior recent Q&As, which are edited out for brevity. If you're still watching this before it's edited out, it hasn't been processed. So congrats. Click that join button. If you can't see the join button to join as a Team VIP channel member, go over to a laptop, computer. You might have to do it there. At least she was honest. There's been a theme today, hasn't there? Tipping, at least in the second half of this video. There's been a theme of tipping. Jokes aside, tipping is a third of your pay. It's pretty huge. And sometimes it's half of your pay because it is base pay, company contribution, promotional pay, and that's it's a smaller proportionate. Sometimes there's not even any promo pay. And then there's tips. You always get 100% of tips. And actually, with new legislation on tips, you might not even have to pay taxes on that, right? So we'll follow that story. We did post about that in the posts on the channel. But tips are huge. But you got to respect the honesty, right? This customer, their delivery notes read, leave at door. Hey, I'm sorry I'm not tipping. I'm broke as hell. I shouldn't even be ordering food. I love you. Thank you very much. Posted like 3 days ago, 707 upvotes on the DoorDash driver thread here. You gotta respect the honesty. What would you do if this was your customer? Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something about this real quick here. Yeah, I shouldn't be ordering, but I'm broke. I love you. Thank you so much. So caring. They care about you. Okay, listen. If you don't know my story, I worked customer service, a call center, for 6 years. Okay? I worked retail at Walmart, unloading trucks, cashier. Where was I going with that? Tips, yes. Come on. And then, when I eventually moved to San Diego, I was working for a startup that went under, as a lot of them do. They went out of business. They went under. Could not pay us. And I was missing like $4,000 in pay because they could not pay us. Should have left that company, that sinking ship, a lot earlier. Instead, I went down with it, stupidly. So I needed every single cent out there in San Diego. And I was doing this basically full time until I got another job. So I understand. And look, I'll be real. Like, I had to ask someone for $20 in gas I asked him for $5, but he was super nice. He gave me $20. So very nice. That broke, my friend. And this is already after asking my family for some help, which they nicely did. I didn't want to keep asking them for, hey, can you help me out some more? So I was grinding away. I was like negative in my bank account because of that wonderful company. And I needed every cent. Still, the point is, don't ever take out your frustrations on a customer. You have a lot going on. If you're going through a rough patch, personally, professionally, I have been there. Trust me. If you are struggling financially, okay, if you were like me, I had like no gas, and I remember there was times where I had to like fast pay the cash so I could use that cash to put the gas in the vehicle just to keep working, okay? All that aside, have a support group, friends, family, or seek a support group. Don't ever take things out on a customer, because I've seen it. Maybe like you've seen the viral videos, people confronting, gig workers confronting customers for not tipping. They are not required to tip you. You're providing a service, you're providing customer service. I've been there. I've done B2B, B2C, business to customer, business to business. I've done retail. I've done it, but you do not take things out on a customer or a restaurant or a merchant or other workers. You work on, fixing the frustrations, and you do what you can. Okay. I don't ever want, and this is why I think we're building the best community here on YouTube to learn about gig work, because I will never encourage anything like that against a customer. Okay. Now, this is funny. I will tell you this. On DoorDash, you see the pay ahead of time. So when you're taking an assignment, you see the pay. And some of our viewers, like Jose, is Mr. Reliable. Speaking of pay, with a $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much, Jose. That's a little $ in the live chat. You don't have to, but it's greatly appreciated. There we go. There's a little alley-oop from Jose talking about tips. Anyway, so even before you get here to this, the delivery notes, you'll see the pay ahead of time. So I am not shy declining non-tipping orders. How do you know if it's a non-tipping order? Because it's just the one quadrant conveys 4. It's one section of the 3 that I told you about. It's just base pay. Base pay from DoorDash is $2 minimum, but it can be up to $10. Uber Eats, Grubhub, they all have base pay. Okay. So a minimum order is going to look like $2, $2.50, $3, $3.50, even $4. Once you get around $4, there might be a $1 tip in there. That is how you find out if it's a non-tipping order. Just don't accept it if you don't want to accept it. If you're like, well, I need to accept it because I'm going for a rewards program that is based in part on my acceptance rate, you have to decide if that's really worth it. If you really want to go for the rewards program at all because of this effort to accept lower paying offers. I've done that as well. I've been in your shoes. I have videos on trying to qualify for Uber Eats preferred deliveries, DoorDash Dasher rewards. So I get it, But that's all to say. I know you work hard, and I want to hear some of your questions, comments, concerns right now in our Q&A section. So let me know if you missed it. Put your question down below. I'll see you very soon.